Welcome to Wayne's World, where we talk about anything and everything except politics. We may talk about our health or personal issues, what we are facing in life, along with music, videos, and art. If you have any questions, we'll try to answer them as well. We may talk about wrestling from the past and or wrestling from today, and the differences between the two. We will tell stories from the road in the wrestling business. We may even tell jokes and do comedy too. You never know what we'll discuss or what the topic may be. You can catch Wayne's World on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, Thursday nights at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Now here's your host, Greg Wayne.
All right, guys. I hope everybody out there can hear me. I see my little green bar moving. If you've never been here before, be sure you type in and let me know who you are and where you're from. I see Brooks Tullis is here. He says, hello, everybody. Where's everyone, actually? Gregory White's here, and he says, like Lance Russell, hello, everybody. It is Thursday, August 10th, 2023 out there, guys. We've got some different things going on tonight. And we are going to talk about, let me bring the other picture up. Got to switch over. Hey, PJ, good to see you. And tonight we are going to talk about Terry Funk. I guess y'all can still hear me. I see my little green bar moving. We also have a special guest tonight, and it is none other than Rod W. Robinson. We'll bring him in here in just a few minutes. I've got him in the green room, so to speak, on standby back in the back. So what we are going to do is get all my stuff together, and tonight it is going to be rather lengthy. First thing we're going to do is get Rod in here because he is still trying to recuperate from the Gathering 4. That was in Charlotte. We're going to get his story. Real interested in learning who he is going to talk about, and I have some general ideas, and I'm not sure, because I didn't ask him a while ago when I was talking to him, if it's a rant. We're going to find out. Looking very, very forward to talking to him, and he is going to be up first, but again, like I said, we're going to be doing Terry Funk tonight, and it is a lot to do. None of it is pre-recorded. On the Terry Funk thing, we have several videos. Now, I will also tell you about Rod. He is going to be uncensored. He is going to tell his story the way he wants to tell it, and probably will not hold any punches back, and there may be some cussing and stuff. So if you have young kids listening and watching, just cover their ears because there's no telling what's going to happen, guys. This is 100% live. There is no editing. The other program that I had that I normally do my voices and all that stuff with, it's messed up and it wouldn't work, but however, I did get this working, so it works. We also have like 4 videos of Terry Funk. One of them is the uncut promo that he did to Lance Russell in the empty arena. It is absolutely 100% uncensored. There is no bleeps. I also have a video where Lance does an intro and he's smoking a cigarette and throws it down and does the intro, and then everything that Terry does is bleeped. It's pretty interesting. Then they have the match with him and Lawler in the empty arena. I've also got a video showing where he is on Memphis TV, and he asked Lawler if he's a sissy. And he reaches over and slaps Lawler, and then Lawler's sort of shocked. I'll just have to let you watch that. And then I also have, I think, one more video. I've got to find it. None of my video is loaded because you can only load one at a time on this program. But anyway, we are going to get into it. Ought to be really, really interesting, to say the least. Don't think I'm going to be singing tonight, and I probably ain't going to do any comedy, because this is going to take a while tonight, because I don't know how long Rod is going to be on here, but we're going to let him do his thing and let him speak and get his voice out. And anyway, I'm going to go ahead and intro him, and then I'm going to bring him on. He was born June 20th in 1968. He's been in the wheelchair for 52 years. His mom had complications during the pregnancy, and umbilical cord was around his neck. And long story short, he ended up developing cerebral palsy. That's why he's in the wheelchair. But anyway, he went to high school and experienced dealing with his disability, and he has overcome, well, I ain't going to say overcome because he's still in a wheelchair, but he learned how to deal with it. Very nice guy. He is 100%. If anybody out there has ever watched some of his posts and stuff, like especially when he's, excuse my language, pissed off, and I always get a kick out of it because he says, fuck them. I think that's hilarious. But anyway, it is none other than Rod W. Robinson. There he is. How you doing, Rod?
I'm doing well, Mr. Winkus. Good evening to you, sir.
Good evening to you too. Glad to see you. How was your trip? How was your trip to Charlotte?
The trip down was fine. Got there with no problem. The trip back was still okay, but I had to change. Delta screwed up the plane they were going to put me on from Detroit to Chicago because they wouldn't accommodate my chair unless I allowed them to lay the chair on the side. But here's the thing, Greg. My chair cost $25,000. Now, I didn't have to pay it. My insurance paid it. But when a chair that I consider not a wheelchair, but my legs cost $25,000, it ain't flying no way but upright. So
No
I had
kidding.
to switch from Delta to United, but United got me home, and I got home about 9 o'clock Central Time. Home, I mean. And then I went to bed, and I'm still not fully rested, but I'm getting there, sir.
Wow. I bet that was pretty traumatic. Let me ask you this. How did you come about taking the trip? Is it just something you wanted to go do and you forked out your own money, or did you have a sponsor, or how did that
Greg,
work?
no, Greg, it was all my own money. Before I got to Charlotte, Greg, I basically spent, it didn't even get to Charlotte yet. Between flights, hotels, yada, yada, I was about $3,300 in the hole.
Ooh, Lord.
Before I even got to Charlotte, with everything, you understand.
Yeah, right.
Because T. Martin Productions, he's the one that you had to buy all your stuff from for the Charlotte, okay?
Right.
Like I bought 2 passes, one for myself and one for a caregiver, okay?
Right.
But it turned out the caregiver didn't care about wrestling whatsoever, so he said, Rodney, Rick, I'll get you up, get you dressed, get you in the bathroom in the morning. But he says, if you want me to go to this, wrestling bullshit, he said, I'm not going to go. So while I was doing what I had to do, then he was out sightseeing, dating, or like whatever he was doing, okay?
Right.
But Greg, here's, well, it wasn't funny to me, but here's kind of a funny little story, okay?
Go ahead.
Because you guys know that I wear a catheter, right?
Right.
All right. Well, I noticed before I got to Charlotte that my catheter was getting purple in color, okay? and when it gets purple in color, I can still urinate through it for about a day or two, okay? But as soon as I see purple, like a dark purple, okay, then I know, hey, it's either time to have my home care nurse come out, or either it's time for me to get my ass to the ER, okay,
Right.
get it taken care of. So to make a long story short on this, I can't remember the night, but one night, because, people were down in the lobby talking in the bar, talking this. So I snuck out without saying a word to anybody, because the hospital was right across the street, basically from the hotel. So I snuck out, went to the hospital. And Greg, you know whether it's Memphis, Charlotte, or wherever, you know how emergency rooms go, right?
Yes, I do.
You might have to sit there for hours, okay?
Right.
And I told him, I don't care how long you got to sit here. but here's my situation. It's got to be done tonight. They said, calm because I'm calm. Because if you want to see I rage, just tell me you can't take me, and then you'll see I rage. So,
Right.
it was cold in the hospital, so they brought me a blanket because the nurse said, we'll give you a blanket because we don't know how long you have to wait. So to speed up here, I finally got back to a room, and they put me on the bed because I told them what I wanted done. And, but it took forever for the doctor to come in. Excuse me. Doctor was probably about 25 to 30 years old. I really don't know.
Right.
And this time, it's 11:30 Charlotte time, so basically 10:30 Central. Okay, the doctor finally makes an appearance, and he kept me waiting so long that I dozed off, like on the table. Okay, he comes in and says, "Well, why are you here?" I said, "Well, doc, because I wear a catheter, and Kyle knows the technical term for it, but my chemicals in my urine turn it purple,
Right.
and when it turns out, I might pee for a day or two longer, but if I go 2 days, I'm really pushing it. So I
Right.
want you to rip it out. Well, when I say rip it out, I don't mean out of sky rip it out. I just mean rip it out and put me in a new one.
Right.
So then, Greg,
Well, it's a little hard. It's actually a little hard to rip it out because on the end of it there's a balloon.
right,
If
exactly.
you, I mean, you could really get it out if you wanted to,
Right.
but it would hurt.
Oh yeah, because it would hurt like hell. So now here, Greg, the guy's name is Chris. Okay, the
Right.
doctor's name is Chris. Because he pulls my cover back because I'm covered because I'm cold. And like I said, because I already knew what the catheter looked like, so I didn't have to see it. He said, "Sir, you're still peeing." I said, "Damn it," because I know I might be peeing, but mark my word, this thing needs to be changed right here and now.
Now, I agree
Yeah.
100%. I want to say hello out there to Shane Russell. He's watching. He says hello to you. Al Tuttle also says hello. And of course, we've got
Hello to
Brooks and PJ
everybody.
still in the house.
Hello to everybody, because I can't see the room chat. But hello to everybody. Oh, Greg, let me back up and say one thing,
All right,
okay?
go ahead.
And then
Go
I'll
ahead.
catch up with the Catholics.
Right.
I don't know if you're aware of it, but I turned 55 on June the 20th. And then 2 days later, unfortunately, my nephew Zachariah took his. All right, and ever since that, it was a shock to the entire family. But ever since that, I've changed my life a little bit, meaning I'm trying to, 55 years old, I'm trying to right on my wrongs in life. I know that's impossible to do, but that's what I'm aiming for. So, I've been on social media for years, Twitter, Facebook, you can find me. Most of you guys, like I know Greg does, Shane does, and a few other guys, hell, even Randy Hills has it. But you guys have my cell phone number, so if you got a problem with me, call me and we'll work it out. And if we can't work it out, then I'll kiss you on the mouth, so to speak, and say goodbye. But I just want to know, everybody, if I wronged you over my life, from the bottom of my heart, I humbly apologize. Now, getting back to the catheter, right? The doctor said, "Sir, you're still peeing." And I said, "Dude, all right, because now this is going on midnight, and I've been asleep, so I basically just woke up, all right, from a short nap." And I said, "Dude, look, because you're the doctor, but I've worn this damn thing since November of 22. I know when the thing's going to screw up." All right, to make a long story short, Greg, the guy refused. He asked me. He said, "When are you going back home, Chicago?" And I said, "Either Sunday or Tuesday." I really haven't even made my mind. So it's either going to be the 6th or the 8th, okay? So he said, "Sir, I'm not going to change it." And I said, "Son of a bitch." Because I said I got out in the middle of the night, and I risked my life getting over here. kind of, where it was right across the street, Greg, if you know what I
Yep.
mean. But you couldn't go right across the street. You had to go around, because you know what I'm
Yep.
saying. You had to go around. So I ended up on the road a little bit, okay?
Right.
And I said, son of a bitch, Doc. Look, I said, I risked my life to get here. And I literally risked it. I was surprised that didn't no one call the cops on me. But I made it, and now you're refusing to do it. And Greg, all right, because I took that name. Hey, Greg, you know me and my attitude.
Yep.
So I wanted to call him everything but a white man. All right, but I didn't. So I said, fine, just get the nurse in here, let her dress me, and then I'll go back. Then I'll leave. But I said, mark my words, because you don't know my body the way I do. But I promise you, I'll probably have to be back here another day. And I'm going to tell them, if I come back there, don't give me a guy by the name of Chris, because if I see
Right.
Chris, I'm going to go off, okay?
Right. Well, just so you know, Rod, there has been, my wife's had several different surgeries and different things in the past,
Right.
prior to the cancer. And we was at the hospital and they was changing her catheter. They had to catheterize her.
Right.
And I was sitting there watching, and the nurse asked me what I was doing. I said, I'm learning. She said, "Well, what do you mean you're learning?" I'm like, I'm watching what you're doing. I want to, if something happens at the house, when we go home, she's got to be catheterized. I can catheterize her. So she told me to put on some gloves, and she more or less let me do it.
Oh,
And
really?
and she showed me to find the urethra and all that, and ease it up in there and feed it, and then you'll feel a little little resistance, and that's as far as it needs to go.
Right.
And but anyway, I learned how to do that. So I was in the hospital one time, and I had to be catheterized, and I'm sure you've experienced this. So um, it's one of them things. The nurse, or actually it was a doctor, was catheterizing me, and it felt like it was going around in a circle,
Right.
and my bladder. And I was like, okay, I think that's far enough. I feel it going in a circle. And I don't know how much, I mean, it's a great big long tube, but she fed
Oh, yeah.
a good majority of it.
Right. Because I wear an 18 French. That's the size of the catheter.
Right, right.
It's an 18 French, and it holds 30 ounces. Okay, because they used to only keep me to 20 ounces,
Hmm.
but I would lick a lot more. So they bumped me up to 30 ounces, and 30. I still lick occasionally at 30, but
Right.
nothing like I did at 20. All right.
Yeah.
So I get up. The nurse comes in. Look, I was just laying there, so the doctor could see everything. So the nurse comes in. Two nurses come in. Puts my pants on. I said, all right, sure, you can jump in your chair. And Greg, all right, back in the day, I used to be able to do that. Jump in my chair, But
Yeah.
Greg, I no longer have any leg muscles in my legs at all, okay?
Right.
Because I want to jump in my chair. I want to jump in my bed. I want to jump in and off the toilet. But Rodney Robinson can no longer jump, okay? Greg, I can only do three things for myself. I can plug and unplug my cell phone, okay? When I
Right.
need charge. I can go to my refrigerator
Right.
and get a Dr. Pepper or Coca-Cola, like in a can, okay? See,
Right.
like see this.
Right.
That I can open it. And then thank God the third thing I can still do is I can still feed myself, food.
Right.
But other than that, I need my brother Ronnie's help or my caregiver's help with any other thing, okay?
Yeah.
And so I laughed at the nurses. I said, honey, it's midnight or after midnight. I'm too friggin' tired to laugh and argue with you. Just go get a couple of guys. One get behind me, grab my body. The other one grab my leg, and then I'll get the fuck out of here. And so they said, sure, you don't leave that alone. I said, sweetheart, I got a hotel waiting across me from the screen, and I've got to go. I got to go face guys, make apologies because they're all going to wonder what it was. And so they got me up and I went back to the hotel.
Right.
All right, and on the way back to the hotel, finally a damn cop was already over on the street to go to the hotel, but a damn cop pulls up behind me, pulls up alongside me and says, "Where are you going?" Because I said, I'm just out for midnight stroll, sir. And he said, "No, where? Because seriously, sir, where are you going?" And I said, "Buddy, I'm in from out of town. I got a hotel at the Hilton, a room in the Hilton. I'm going back there. I got to say goodnight to a few people. Then I'm going to go in bed." And he said, "Are you going to be okay?" I said, "As long as you don't stop me, then I'll be fine."
Oh,
He said,
that's
"All
great.
right." So he said, "Just be careful, all right?" So Greg, I guess that was I'm gonna guess maybe that was all right because I got there on the first, okay?
Right.
But the gathering itself wasn't gonna start until the third. But I wanted to get there a few days early, just to get acclimated to the place. Yeah.
Right.
See, when I got to my room, I had an ADA room. All right, Greg. But the Hilton and the hotel, they want to impress you, okay?
Right.
And they put furniture in the room. But Mr. Wade, here's the problem. When you have furniture in your damn room and you're in a wheelchair, look, let me back up here. Look, I don't know if you can, well, no, you can't see my chair, but my chair is really big, okay? So when you have a chair to sit in, plus a desk chair for your desk, plus a little intake, that shit gets in your way, So the next day, like I go down to the front desk. The staff was all nice to me. They knew me. They called me Mr. Robinson. I said, "You don't have to call me Mr., but thank you." Kai said, "You can call me sir. That'd be too nice." No, I didn't because they just called me Rob. And I went down. And I told the girl, and her name was Kaylee or Keely. I think it was Kaylee. I said, "Kaylee, come on, 3 things like out of my room." She said, "What do you mean out of your room?" I said, "There's a desk chair, and there's a regular chair for sitting, and there's an end table. Come on, all 3 out of my room, because I can't even get to my damn thermostat." Okay, great. I know, no, Mr. Wade. The Hilton is a very nice, chain of hotels, okay? But Greg,
Yeah.
I don't know what it was about this one in Charlotte. The damn thing. All right, this is August now, right? Every
Right.
place in the hotel was so friggin' ass cold. Greg, because you see my arms, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you see how skinny you are.
Right.
Because hell, my brother keeps the thermostat on 71, and I'm still freezing.
Right.
All right. So what I would do is, Greg. Now this is August 1st or 2nd, right?
Mm.
All right. In August, because you've been August down in Tennessee is a motherfucker.
Right.
Because you're up there, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, folks. I'm getting wound up. We hadn't got to the fun part yet. All right, so I apologize if I'm talking too slow. But I'm great. Guess what? I kept my room temperature on the whole time I was in there. Charlotte, guess what I had my thermostat personally set on?
72.
But I kept that son of a bitch set on 80.
Oh Lord.
80.
I'd have been sweating.
All right, Greg, and what I would do is, like I said, no matter, coming up to the hotel, to the where you check in. I said, "Hey guys, I can personally attest that the air conditioner in this son of a bitch works great. Let's turn on the fucking heat in the hotel. See how well it works." But of course,
Yeah.
because they wouldn't do that,
Of course.
But Greg, what I would do is, whether it was the gathering or prior to the gathering, I would, stay down there because people knew me from Facebook and they wanted to talk to me, right?
Right.
So I would stay down there and take that cold shit as long as I could. And then I would excuse myself out of my room, and I'd sit in my damn room and watch TV or whatever for basically 30 minutes. And I'd get my body warmed up and then go down and keep on talking.
Right. Well,
But Greg,
go ahead.
I cannot take cold for anything, brother.
Yep. I'll tell you that is absolutely amazing. How did the hotel staff treat you?
Brother, because me and you both know Jerry the King Lawler.
Right.
Well, I probably don't know him as well as you know him, or the well as Hales knows
Right.
him. But I consider him a friend, even though he don't know who the fuck I am. Okay, probably does.
Right.
Because all the help load my chair up in the middle of the Coliseum one night in 1983. But shit, 1983, Jerry Lawler wouldn't remember that.
Right.
But I remember because I couldn't help but he helped my sister and other people load it. So I'll never forget that as long as I live, okay?
That'll work.
But getting back to how the hotel, the reason I said the king, that's the way they treated me. They treated me like a king.
Well, that is
One,
what hotel was it you were staying at?
it's called the Charlotte Hilton University Place.
Wow.
It's 8629 J.M. Keys Drive. Yes, it's a great hotel. Go down there, chicken. Tell them Rodney W. Robinson. Tell him the damn asshole in the wheelchair sent you, and tell him to take good care of him. And I've even made like Greg, because I don't want to say friends, you know. I wouldn't say I would go to their house and eat,
Right.
but I actually made friends with some of the staff members.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that they actually treated you like a king and took care of you. 'Cause that is very, very important, especially when you're handicapped, or I should say when you're in a wheelchair.
Right now, I'm Greg. So we'll get back to Charlotte from there. Well, let me just go ahead and tie the catheter thing up.
All right, go ahead.
And then we'll get back to the wrestlers and everything else.
Go
okay?
ahead. Go ahead.
So let's skip for a minute to August the 5th. It was Saturday, okay?
All right.
Now, Greg, when my penis leaks, it just leaks, okay? But see, here's the difference. When my catheter totally stops, then it's forced back out through my penis. All right, now when I say that, like I don't leak at that point. My penis, like, literally pees like you pee or any other man pees. Okay, so I started doing that Saturday, August the 5th. Okay, and I said, son of a bitch. I said, now I know I got to go get this fixed. So instead of trying to kill myself again, I went up to them and asked for the manager. The guy was very nice about it. His name's Lee, and I said, Lee, because I said, I don't mean to bring any embarrassment or undue attention to the hotel, but I said, I'm going to call 911 and have them take me across the street to the hospital because I need to get something done. They said, sir, are you all right? You feel all right? And I said, and the guy's name was Lee, okay? L-E, very nice guy. And I said, Lee, I feel fine. I know where I am. I know who I am. But I just got to get something personal taken care of. I mean, if you want the details, I'll tell you. But really, I don't think it's none of your business. So I said, but here's the deal. I'm going to call 911. I said, you see this chair I'm sitting in? I said, I'm not for anybody driving back up to my room. I just want to, when they get here, I just going to put it over the side, and then you watch it and don't let no kids or no people fuck with it. And I said, I'll have to go there. Depending on how busy they are, I said, I'll probably, because this was the next to last day. I left Sunday at 6. I said, I'm leaving tomorrow, so I'm going to be back as quick as I can. He said, okay. So I go over there, and of course, you got to wait a little while to get in, but they get me back to him pretty quick. And they said, why are you here? And I told them, because I said, I said I was here a few nights ago, and I told the son of a bitch what needed to be done, but y'all refused. But he personally refused to do it. But I said now it's got to be done. Look, I'm peeing full force on my penis, and that shouldn't be happening. And I said I don't care who you. I said I don't care what damn doctor, whether it's male or female. But I said if you send a young guy by the name of Chris, I said if he send him in here to do me, I said you better not, because I promise you if I see him, I'll call him everything but a white man. And I said if you don't believe that, then you don't know me. Because you see the whole thing was from my point. Like if I would have been done the other night, I wouldn't even have to been there Saturday, okay? So luckily a young guy came in, got me fixed up in a matter of minutes, and then I had to wait about an hour to get back to the hotel. So anyway, that's the catheter story. But here's the moral of the story. All right, whether it's wheelchairs, catheters, when a doctor thinks that they know more than I do, that's where it gets fucked up. Because they think they do, but doctors don't know shit, okay? Look,
There you are.
I've been in a wheelchair 53 years. Hell, because my dad was in a wheelchair. You remember back when they had polio? Because my dad got polio before the vaccine
Right.
was invented, okay?
A friend of mine had polio.
All right, but my dad, he married my mom and they had 3 kids. And my dad worked for Mobile back before it went to ExxonMobil. And the way he got the job was my dad went over to interview the job. And back in them days, my dad played wheelchair basketball. If you've ever seen wheelchair basketball, that's a real fast game.
Yeah. A matter of fact, I have that, and I've also seen donkey basketball.
Okay.
I know it's different than a wheelchair, but
Right.
I mean, I've seen, and it's just supposed to be like entertaining. But
Right.
for somebody in a wheelchair to do it, that takes a little bit of skill, especially learning how to maneuver it. And they got the special wheelchairs; the wheels are sort of leaned in a
Right,
little bit,
exactly. Yeah. But
and that's just for stability.
right, but back in the day, because what you're talking about, I agree with those chairs. But back in the day when my dad played ball, because they basically just had standard wheelchairs, if you know what I mean. Because we didn't have all this sports shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, but the way my dad got the job in Mobile is because my dad can make a chair walk on its back tires, okay? And my
Wow.
dad finished the job interview, and there was a little step from the place down to the curb, and then my dad was gonna go jump in his car, load his chair in a matter of seconds, and take off. But my dad misjudged the depth of the dropping point, and when he popped up to get off, he overcompensated. He fell backward. But now my dad was about 19 or 20 at this time,
Right.
so my dad could, my dad said, "Oops, I made a mistake." And reached down and jerked that chair up off the ground, jerked it upright, put his damn air cushion back on the chair, jumped up, and got his car and got in, ready to go to the car. And that guy looked at him and said, "Buddy, you're hired." He said, "Because that little move you just did with falling and then jumping up and pressed the P-Wallow dog shit out of me." And he said, "You're hired." So my dad was with Mobile off and on 35 years. All right,
And that,
Chris, Greg, I'll give it back to you and let you ask me. Because if you want to, we'll go to Charlotte or wherever you want to go. And I apologize for talking a minute, but when I talk, I get worked up. So, folks, bear with me. I'll answer all your questions. Greg, read me the questions, and we'll keep on getting to Charlotte.
all right, that is Rod W. Robinson out there, guys. I told you, if you got
Don't
kids in the
fire
room, cover their ears.
Exactly.
I told y'all this is going to be 100% uncensored and uncut, guys. We are 100% live right here on Wayne's World, and it is Thursday, August 10th, 2023. We got several people in here watching. Everybody is watching on Wayne's World. I think that is fantastic. We've got Gregory White, Brooks, Shane Russell, Panetta, Gregory White. We got a whole bunch of folks in here. But anyway, as you know, I'm not Randy Hales. I don't have an assistant, so I have to sit over here and sort of look and click on things and do different things. So. You were talking about the polio. Gregory White said he had an uncle that had polio.
Right.
And I know it is a devastating disease and can cripple you and stuff like that. A friend of mine had it, and he had to wear a brace on his right leg. He had to drive the gas pedal and brake with his left foot.
Right,
Yeah,
because
and-
my dad, because my dad told me a story. See, back when he got polio, if you didn't stretch a kid, because their muscles would contract, okay? And
Yep.
and his parents, and my dad's parents, my grandparents had to leave him in the hospital because he needed therapy every day, okay?
Right.
And my dad would tell me the story, but I won't say it the way I really want to say it, but let's just say a big black muscle man would come in, okay, and stretch my dad, okay?
Yep.
Stretch all them kids, okay? And my dad included would get tears in their eyes, okay? But that wouldn't stop these big muscle heads because
Yep.
they had to do a job,
Yep.
And
You got to do what you got to do. I mean, you got to stretch.
because they be stretching them and they cry and say stop. But the guys just ignored them and did what they do.
Yep.
But I'm glad that I didn't have that because I've had a lot of therapy in my life. I've had physical, occupational, and speech.
Yep.
But I should still do the stuff today, but Greg with no leg muscles, and I can still do a little bit of stuff. And it's my personal choice. But I basically stop. Like I'm not saying I have to do anything. I
Right.
can do stuff now, but I choose not to. And I'm probably going to pay for that maybe 10 more years or whatever.
Yep.
But hell, we all make our choices, Some people choose to smoke. Some people,
Yeah, I'm one of them.
some people choose to have sex 5 times a day.
I'm another one. I would.
What I'm saying is we all make choices. All right, Greg, let's get to the real reason we're here.
All right.
Ask me what you want to
All
ask me about Charlotte.
Who all did you meet when you? Okay, the gathering 4 was in Charlotte. Was it
Right.
a meet and greet, or was it a wrestling
Yeah.
show and a meet and greet like a Comic Con or something like that?
Well, wrestling physical matches took place on August the 5th, okay?
Right.
And look, I can't remember who all wrestled. Let me get to the main event, okay?
Okay.
Because we'll all know it because it had a bunch of Memphis guys. Tommy Rich and Ricky Morton wrestled. Do you remember back when Terry Reynolds, that bitch, ran the York Foundation
Yes.
in WCW,
Right.
right? So it was her, Hughes, that big black guy, was there standing by her, acting like her fucking bodyguard.
Right.
Okay. I don't know if you remember, and I'll fill this in a minute about me and Terry's quote unquote friendship. That was just a fucking fake because she wanted to fuck me out of $40,000. But that's the time, Greg, you ought to have me back another night, and I'll tell you the money story. I mean, I offered it to Randy a while
Right.
ago, but he didn't want it.
Right.
Because I was on Facebook, running her down. But Greg, can you put that picture up that I sent you a while ago? Because, all right, folks, can you see that picture? I swear to God. Look, I've called that girl every name under the sun. But if that girl contacted me tonight, if she had my number, well, she does. 'Cause I'm still friends with her mother, and I text with her mother. So that girl could easily get my number now. And if she called me, she said, "Hey, babe, I've been running a little bad luck, and I could use $5,000. Now, if I didn't have it, I would break my back to get it for her. But I swear to God, I've called every name under the sun, but I love that girl as a friend, And if, believe it or not, if you want to or not, if I can't show up, I swear to God that picture is what it's on my iPhone lock screen. If you don't believe me, then I don't care, but I swear to God, I swear to God, that's my picture. Because I love that girl and I always will. And even though she fucked me out of money, because I guess she's good of a person, but I would help her until the day I die.
Well, I think that's mighty big of you, but unfortunately, just as well as you already know, there is a lot of people in this world that does take advantage of people, even the
Oh, yeah,
disability they
definitely.
do.
Yeah, definitely, because you know what it is, Greg, okay? Me and Terry used to tell everybody everything, okay? And when, before my mom died, she got in, come go into dollar figures, so that's nobody's business but mine,
Right,
okay? But, but my mom got a pretty good, sizable life insurance policy, not to give to me to blow,
right,
but to give to my brother or whoever
right,
that was going to be my caregiver to basically hopefully take care of me the rest of my life. Now, I could give you dollar amounts, but like I said, I love you, Greg, and I love everybody in this room, but really, that ain't nobody's business but mine,
yep,
okay? But me and Terry would share everything, okay? Hell, I even worked for her, supposedly. But here's the thing, she never paid me.
right,
All right, but I didn't care. Because it was Terry Rose, I was in love with her as a friend. So I did her top, broke over backwards, doing whatever she needed,
right,
you know. And she wouldn't give me her phone number at first. But when I went to work for her, she had to give me her number because people were contacting me and say, hey, I want Terry Rose to be in California on a certain
right,
date to do 6, 8 hours. I said, what did she want? All right, now I'll just say this and then we'll get on the show. But Terry Rose ain't gonna get her cute little ass like on a plane unless a promoter. All right, Terry's opening bid is 25,000. I mean 2,500 to $3,000. If you don't come somewhere close to $3,000, you will not see her ass at your show.
Well, that right there is some good
Which,
news to know. I know several guys that are like that. Not just her, but I mean, there's been several guys that they won't even think about going.
right,
You would have
exactly.
to pay for their plane fare. You'd have to pay for their motel. You
The
have the
hotel,
car. I
yeah.
mean, you'd have to do everything. And there are some out there that are still like that. And
All
again,
right.
if you don't give them the cash up front, they won't even
Yep,
show up. And
exactly.
sometimes even
Right,
doing everything,
right.
they still don't show up. So
Right, right, Greg, because you know what the deal was. Terry had a general email for booking,
right,
okay? Like if you wanted to book her, you booked her at, well, it's no longer a service, so I'll say
right,
book Terry Reynolds at gmail.com, okay? And it was funny. But what I would do is I'd read their proposals, and if I liked it and thought Terry would be willing to do it, then I'd call her and wait, and tell her, hey, Terry, the guy wants you to be in California. Here's his bottom line. Will you do it? And she said, yay or nay, and then I get back in touch with the people, okay?
right.
But like I said, if all right, cool, it was funny, Greg. I can't remember the guy's name, but one guy wrote me one night and said, do you think Terry Rose would do 6 hours, signing in pictures, taking pictures and signing 6 hours for $500?
Yeah,
And Greg Mackay just went back and said, LOL, you stupid son of a bitch. No, Terry ain't even going to, Terry wouldn't do 6 hours for 500,
right.
$200.
All right.
Because she's here to make money, not
All right,
losing.
keep talking. I'm fixing to head out just for a split second. I'll be right
All
back.
right.
Give me about minute and a half, something like that.
All
All right,
right.
go ahead.
All right. Now, guys, I'm going to give you a warning. 'Cause like I said, I love Terry, but I'm going to give you a warning. Now, you can believe this if you don't want to or not. But I know for a fact, I don't know what you call them, but you know how, like, people have credit cards and debit cards, okay? Well, Terry's got one of them damn, for lack of a better word, a credit card reader, if you will. Meaning, like if she's anywhere near your wallet or pocketbook, if you want, she can hold whatever that is next to your wallet or next to your body or whatever, and it will scan the information, and then she can use the information to screw you. Okay, and the way I know this is, one time I did a background check on the girl, ran a background check on her, telling everything about her, good, bad, and ugly. Okay, and and I got the report back, and lo and behold, if I didn't see the last four digits of one of my credit cards, like on that report of hers, my credit card digits shouldn't have been on that report. So that's how I know. Now you can believe that if you want to or not. Y'all are grown men and women. So, but I'm telling you, if you ever go to an event or if you ever run into her in person, you better heed my warning. Because I'm not kidding you. Because if my name, and the reason I found this out was, like I say, I spent $12.43 on that background report for. It was the best $12.43. Because as soon as I saw my four digits of that particular card, I grabbed my cell phone. I called that card company. And I said, turn that son of a bitch off right now and issue me a new card with a new number. So you're grown men and women. You can kiss her and hug her, and she's what it is, okay? Because Terry Rose, when you first meet her, like if you're meeting her for the first time, okay, she'll come off as an angel, right? And I've called her the C word because ladies, I'm respecting you by saying the C word and saying the word, but we all know what the C word is.
Correct.
I've called her the C word, a bitch, and a bunch of other things. All right, but like I say, when Terry Rose, let's say Greg never met her. Have you ever met her, Greg?
No, I've never met Terry.
All right. Well, if you ever meet her, Terry will come off to you for the first time like she's an angel, okay? Now, I've called her the C word and other words, okay? All right. Now I can call Terry Rose a lot of words, both good and bad, sir. But one word that you will never hear come out of my mouth about Terry Rose, you will never hear me call her a fucking angel. I love the girl. I would still help her out today. But she is anything but a fucking angel.
All right. Well, we're going to get off Terry for a minute.
Okay. Well, yeah, let's get back to the show. But anyway, all right, because so Rich and Morton was in that match with the York Foundation, and so they won, of course, yada yada. And then the match was over, okay?
Right.
And it was funny. But I guess Ricky Morton's the card, okay?
Right.
Him and Rich stuck up behind me. See, there was a rule, okay? Like if you're there, like you can't see that picture. I didn't know that they were behind me, okay? And obviously and that other guy is Jackie Fulton, I want to say. It's the ball-headed guy. I didn't know, but a friend of mine told me who it was. But the rule was, like if you saw Richard Morton, like in the lobby or whatever, you couldn't go up to him and say, hey guys, will you take a picture with me? You know what?
Right.
Because I was forbidden. Because Marty who runs the thing, he and the vendors and everybody there has to make their money. So he said, if I find out that you guys, whether it's Rodney or whoever doing that shit, he said, I'll have the hotel kick you
Yeah,
out.
that's probably just like a standard contract between all the guys,
Right.
because
Exactly.
he would get a percentage of the sales.
Right.
So let's say they charge $20, he may get 5 or 3 or
Right.
whatever amount it may have been.
Right.
So
Because
that's
you're
understandable.
exactly right. Right, because I was scared to death when, because that kind of, like I said, that picture, I swear to God, I didn't know they were, I didn't know they were behind me, but a girl in front of me with her phone told me to look up at her. And I didn't know her, okay? I
Right.
didn't know her from Adam. So I said, I thought to myself, why the hell's this bitch? Well, she wanted to
Right.
bitch. But I said to myself, why the hell's this bitch telling me to look up at her phone? But anyway, I can't look up and the picture was born.
Yep.
Okay, but the funny thing about Rich, can you put that Rich picture and me back up again?
Yep. Right there.
All right, because you see that Coke bottle on my cup over
Right.
there? Ricky Morneau is the guy basically drunk. Look, I didn't realize the hotel had Dr. Pepper, so I drank Coke basically the whole time. Guys, if you go there, have your own Coke, because the bottle, every time I bought a bottle from the gift shop, if you will, was $4.30 a bottle. So if you want Coke or Dr. Pepper, buy it and carry it in. Like, don't let the hotel see you bring it in, but because you'd save a lot more money if you went to a local store.
Right.
But Ricky Morton would stuff like he told Rich, because he says, Tommy, look, and Tommy's like, what the hell am I looking at? And he said, can you see this guy in the wheelchair? He said, yeah. He said he's snorting Coke through a straw, and he just said Coke, but he meant cocaine, but obviously it wasn't. And I love Rich's reply. And he said, you know what, Ricky? And Ricky said, what? He said, if it had been 20 years earlier, I'd have been right there with his son of a bitch snorting the Coke with him.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Ricky and Tommy both are really, really great guys.
Oh, yeah, I love them
And
both.
they wasn't like trying to pull a prank or anything like that. They were trying to like shock you that they were right there behind you when the lady took the picture. But the same thing is, I'm surprised Tommy didn't say, yeah, I've tried snorting Coke too, but the bubbles make me sneeze. So I mean, either him or Ricky, either one. I'm surprised that line didn't come out because that's a classic.
But Ricky and Rich were great to me because we got along great. And Kyle, do you know who Shane Douglas is? I'm sure
Yes.
you probably do.
I'm aware of him. I've never met him, but I know who he is.
Well, anyway, look, I went in there. Well, like they have a ballroom, not a ballroom, but it's a big room where all the
Right.
talent, whoever comes inside. Right, and I went up to his table, and there was nobody. He had no line for signature. He had no line to speak up for the moment. So I sat there. Me and Shane Douglas, very nice man. Me and him had a 90-minute conversation. Now, like at these things, it's usually just get your autograph or whatever and go. But Shane was cordial, and like I said, there wasn't nobody behind me. So
Right.
me and him had a very nice, whether it was, but I'll tell you what it was. Like wrestling, the whole key is to protect whoever you're wrestling, okay?
Right.
But I told Shane, and he agreed with me. Like let's say you throw one wrestler like out of the ring, okay?
Right.
And then the one wrestler in the ring is gonna come over the top rope and tackle the person, right? Well, I told Shane, and Shane agreed with me. When you see a guy get thrown out of the ring, and then they get in position, and they put their arms out to catch him, to catch the guy in the ring.
Right.
To me, and Shane agreed with me, that looks so fucking fake. It ain't even funny. Because like I said, like both of the guys should get out on the floor, fight a little bit, and then get back in the ring. One get back in the ring and jump out. But when you sit there perched and you put your damn arms out, like saying, all right, buddy, come on, I'm ready to catch you. That just looks so friggin' fake.
Right. Well,
But we all know wrestling is real.
yeah, right. Same thing. I've seen a lot of shows in a lot of different places and stuff, and I like good, solid wrestling. That's what I grew up. That's what I grew up with. Of course, some people can adapt and some can, overcome. Just like with SummerSlam, I watched WrestleMania this past year.
Yeah.
I watched SummerSlam here last week. Um, I enjoyed some of it, and some of it I didn't. Some of it was horrible.
Right.
It's just I don't like it. It wasn't wrestling that I
Right.
grew up with. But everybody's got different taste, and everybody has their own opinion of what they like. Like no matter if it's AEW, TNA, or Ring of Honor, or whatever company it may be. Um, I suggest anybody go out and see your local shows.
Right.
If somebody comes to town, I don't care if it's WWE or if it's TNA or whatever. If that's what you like and you want entertainment, go watch it.
Right.
And like you said, guy coming over the top rope, and the guy's been standing here like this for 5 minutes. Going to
Yeah.
catch him. I mean, it's pre
Right.
the choreography.
Determined.
Choreography is the word I'm looking
Right.
for.
Right.
And it is what it is. Matter of fact, Al Tuttle made a comment here. I gotta get out of this screen. It's making my thing act up. And he says, "Wasn't Austin Idol there? Who was the wrestler that
Oh
Rod
yes.
enjoyed meeting the most for the first
Yeah.
time?"
Yes. Because I've never, I've seen Idol in the Coliseum, but Idol was there. He signed me a nice autograph. $20. It was well worth it. And I don't know if you know it, but get back to Terry for a minute. She gave me the nickname Rod the Mod. I used to be the moderator, her head moderator, when she
Right.
did Twitch. So she gave me the name Rod the Mod. So I always have, like Shane and whoever, sign my shit most of the time, Rod the Mod, and then they write whatever they want to write and sign it.
So you got a nickname.
Yeah.
There you go.
Greg, because are you on Twitter by any chance?
Yes, I am. I think it's Greg812 before, I believe.
Okay. All right. Well, follow me on Twitter. Comment Rod the Mod, and then my last three initials, RWR. So if anybody wants to follow me on Twitter, it's at Rod the Mod, RWR, and RWR is Rodney Wayne Robinson. Follow me, but I'll have to approve you because my account's private. So just send me a request. If I know you and like you, then I'll approve you. But if I don't like you, you ain't gonna get in. But please follow me if you want to.
Okay. Al also asked, that was the first part of the question. He said, "Who was the wrestler that you enjoyed meeting for the first time?"
Meeting for the first time. You'll
Who
have
was
to
the
give me.
wrestler that Rod enjoyed meeting the most the first time?
Because you're not gonna believe it. It's two ladies. Well, one actually, but they were there together. Leilani Kai. That was the first time I met her at the gathering. She's a very sweet woman. Very, very sweet woman. I had about a 5-minute conversation with her and Judy. Judy Martin. I think it's Judy Martin. I think that's who it was. But they're very nice women. I enjoyed meeting them. Oh, and by the way, Randy's gonna love this. I know he hates her, but I went there for purpose of meeting two ladies in particular. One was Lisa Marie Barron, better known as Victoria from the WWE or Tara from TNA. And Randy's gonna love this because I told Randy one night that Missy Hyatt said hi. I told him I was gonna be in Randy's show one night, and she said, "Oh, tell Randy hi." And of course, I told Randy. He said, "Yeah, right." But
Right.
but I went down there for the purpose of meeting Lisa and then Missy Hyatt. And Missy, because she didn't get pissed off at me, because I was wearing I can't remember what shirt, but I was wearing a wrestling shirt, but I won one of her shirts. And she said, "Why aren't you wearing my wrestling shirt, you asshole?" And I said, I packed a lot, but I forgot. And me and Missy are like, we're not, like, I have a phone number, but I don't call her. But we're great friends, and I wanted to meet her. And Missy's a lovely person. I really believe that Missy will give me the shirt off her back if I ever asked her for it.
Well, some people in the business are that way. and they'll be more than glad to help you out any way they possibly can.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it goes both ways.
Oh yeah.
What else did you enjoy about your trip to Charlotte?
I enjoyed all the. Have you ever been? I'm sure with your dad being a wrestler, I'm sure you've been to Charlotte before, right?
No, I've not.
Oh, okay.
I had been, I think. Well, I take it back. I do remember one of the Carolinas, but I don't remember which state it was we went to.
All
But
right.
I don't think I've ever been to Charlotte.
Well, anyway, yeah, but I've been to Charlotte, okay, and it's a beautiful part of the country, and I don't care if you believe me or not, but you know what I did in the hotel before I left the hotel? Because I sit down, I got it and went up in my room, because I filled out a freaking job application to work at the hotel in Charlotte. So I'm praying to God that they'll take my application serious and have me back. I said, well, we can do the interview before I leave, or if you guys want me to come back, I'll fly back. All right, because they asked you on the application, what position are you applying for? All right, Greg, now let me tell you this. Talking about me being in a wheelchair, okay, Greg?
Right.
Uh, I had a beautiful handicap room, all right, but here's the thing. It was a shower tub, okay?
Hmm.
And I didn't get in the shower because that's too much trouble. Okay,
Right.
I had my helper sponge bathe me at least every day or every other day. Okay,
Right.
and but here's the thing with the shower. Right? They had a nice bench in the shower. All right, but here's the thing, Greg. The damn shower bench was bolted to the back of the damn tub, like on the wall. Okay. Now, Greg, so let's say I would have took my clothes off, and let's say I would have either got over there myself or had my guy put me in. There'd have been no freaking ass way. Because back in the 70s, when I was a kid, I watched a Saturday morning cartoon called Plastic Man. And
Yep.
what Plastic
I remember
Man,
Plastic Man. I sure
I
do.
remember how he could throw his arm
Yep.
and his hand would leave and he could reach whatever. You
Yep.
would have been Plastic Man sitting on that bench and trying to reach the damn shower controls. So they said, what are you applying for? And I just simply said, I want to come, since I'm in a wheelchair, I want to come there. You know, you have a nice hotel, but I want to come there and help you improve your rooms and all the, all the areas in the hotel better for
Right.
wheelchairs. Because like I even told the girl, that
Mm.
Wendy, that said, if I was trying to get a shower, I couldn't get a shower, and she understood. And
Right.
I said, what you guys need to do, you need to go all through the hotel and rip them damn bathtubs out of the wall and put in a walk-in shower, okay? And then I
Right.
said, I know it would be expensive, but you guys, you're Hilton, so you guys got damn money to burn, more or less.
Right.
You guys need to go out and get the shower, and then go get with a wheelchair company and like work a deal, okay, for X amount of dollars, and they give you shower wheelchairs, and then I could get in the shower and anybody could get in the shower. But Greg, you can't use the damn bathtub if you're bolted to the wall and have to
Right.
go all the way for you know what I'm saying.
I follow what you're saying. If you was by yourself and wanted to take a shower, you couldn't because you can't get in the bathtub.
Well, I might be able to get in the bathtub, but once I'm on that bench, I couldn't reach the damn shower controls.
Right. Right. Right.
So they're
Um,
fucking
Actually, they make something that the controls are adjustable up and down
yeah,
where you can reach them.
but okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
But they would have to implement it and actually install it in the rooms and
right.
stuff to where it would be accessible, where it has to be handicap accessible. That's all there is to it.
But I'll be honest. The best thing I liked about the hotel is like this is the first time I have an iPhone. This is the first time that I've ever been in a hotel. They had my key hooked into the Hilton app, so I had to use my phone every time. I didn't even have to use the card key. I
Wow.
used my phone to open the door.
Smart
I
smart
love that.
technology.
Yeah.
Smart technology.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, Greg, um, Charlotte, I recommend it, guys. I mean, you may not spend all the money I did getting there, but if you're wrestling, if you call yourself a wrestling fan, Marty does it usually around the 1st of August. You know, like this time was from the 3rd to 6th, so I don't know. He'll probably post next year, probably by late September, October. As soon as he puts up the post, I'm going to be there buying the tickets for the event, and then see, I'm going to do everything one at a time. First, I'll get all my tickets for all the events, and then I'll contact the airline, do my airline, and then I'll contact the Hilton. But if you're a wrestling fan, the gathering, this will be gathering 5 coming up. If you call yourself a true professional wrestling fan from the past, you owe yourself to at least, before you die, to at least attend one gathering. But as long as I can physically travel and in good health, I will be at I'll be at 5 and beyond, as long as the good Lord keeps me in good enough health to fly.
Well, there you go, guys. You heard it from the man himself, Rod
Oh,
W.
yeah,
Robinson.
Greg,
Go ahead.
Can I cover the bar real quickly?
Yep,
I'll
go
make
ahead.
the bar real quickly. Guys, the wrestling event was on the 5th, Saturday night. I was leaving Sunday the 6th, okay? There was some shit Sunday briefly, like the event closed, the gathering closed at like 1 o'clock Eastern time, Charlotte time on Sunday, right?
Mhm.
But I didn't want to say anymore, Greg, because I was tired. I just wanted to get to the airport, get on my plane, and get back
Right.
home, okay?
Right.
But the girl, Marty, he hosted the event. His wife was there by the name of Lisa, and I said, Lisa, look, I'm going to go home. I know there's more on Sunday, but I'm tired and I'm ready to go home. So I'm going to dismiss my help Saturday night and let them get their way home or whatever. And I said, I'm probably going to leave at about 4:30 in the morning. Call me a taxi cab with a ramp, and I'm going to the airport. I'm going home. Because I said, baby, I loved it. Love meeting you, Marty, and the whole D'Amato family. But I said, I got to get the fuck home because
There you
I'm
go.
tired.
I
And
know
so,
that's right.
all right, so back up to the 5th, all right?
Uh-huh.
Because I was going to go to the bar. Not, Terry was there, but I didn't want to mess with Terry. All right.
Right.
Because I tried to talk to her at the award show on Friday night, and I wheeled right up behind her, Greg, okay? And I said, Terry, she didn't even fucking flinch. So she called me Rodney Wayne because my middle name is Wayne. And
Right.
when we were together, she called me Rodney Wayne. I called her Terry Wayne. Now I'll give you the banquet hall was very loud, but in between the awards, they took like a 2 minute break, 2 or 3 minute break, right? So I wheeled right up behind her. I was sitting behind her damn chair, and I said, Terry, she didn't flinch. So I decided I'll speak louder, and I'll call her what I always called her. She called me Rodney Wayne. I called her Terry Lynn. So I
Yeah.
I didn't really yell, but I raised my voice. I said, Terry Lynn. All right. And again, she didn't flinch. So I said, fuck it. So I went back to my table. All right. Then Saturday night, all right, Greg, because the Coliseum, how when the shows were over, the wrestlers would walk out the back, okay?
Right.
Well, at the gathering on Saturday night when the show was over, wrestlers came out the side doors, all right?
Hmm.
So she comes out, right? She starts walking, but she had to stop and turn around. Okay. Now what I should have done was be a prick and kept on wheeling. But she walked right in front of me. And now I was being a gentleman. So as soon as I let off my joystick, my chair will stop on a dime, okay? What I
Right.
should have done because of the money and because of her past, but I was I promised Marty that he said, hey, Terry's going to be there, but I think you're a man of your word. You promised me no problems yeah, I said, I promise you I won't give the bitch no problems. So what I should have done was just kept on wheeling and ran over her, okay? But
Right.
I stopped and she looked back. She said sorry. She didn't say sorry, Rod, or nothing. She just said sorry, and I spun around real quick, and I said, no, you fucking bitch, you ain't sorry, and I kept going my way. So let's get back to the bar. I get up to the bar about 10 o'clock, and I'm simply going to just spin around, address the bar, and say, hey guys, this is Rod Robinson. I enjoyed meeting all y'all. Catch me in the funny pages, okay?
Right.
Then I was going to go to my room. All right. But Terry Hadds, he ain't no bodyguard. Guy used to work with him. Cause I was the head moderator. And John Stoll, Stoll, was his name, was second banana behind me. Because I was John's boss more or less on the stream. So I told John what I needed or wanted done, or Terry did. All right. So, but Terry conveniently had John and Charlotte, I guess, if you want to say, acting as her bodyguard, okay?
Right.
Now, when I wanted to spin, John thought Terry was off in the corner. He couldn't see her, but she was back in the bar, heading off, and John thought I wanted to get past him. He'd go back in there and say, hey, fuck you, bitch, all this. But at the time, my mind wasn't even on that bitch, okay?
Right.
I just simply wanted to spin around and say, goodbye, God bless you, get home safe, but I'm going home in the morning.
There you are.
And
Uh,
so I said, all right,
All right,
goodbye.
Rod. Final words. We're fixing to wrap this up. I've been
Guys,
on here. I've been on there an hour and 15 minutes.
Greg, I apologize, but brother, when I talk, if it's something I'm passionate about, I can talk. So
There
I
you go.
enjoyed it. I'm sorry if I screwed up your Terry Funk presentation, but I apologize.
No, it's not a problem at all, Rod. It's just I was not really expecting to be on quite this long. I got to get up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and go back to work.
Okay.
So,
Sir, from the bottom of my heart, I humbly apologize.
no, you don't have to apologize. I think you done fantastic. I really do appreciate the stories. And like I said, everybody out there everybody that was out there listening and watching, you had the warning ahead of time. It was uncut, uncensored, and that is Rod W. Robinson. Anything else you would like to say, Rod?
No, just if you're mad, I apologize. I hope we can get over it.
Oh, I ain't mad. I hope ain't nobody else out there mad either, because we all loved it.
All right, brother. I love everybody. And if you want to get a hold of me, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, or whatever. I'm not a hard man to find.
All right, guys. That is Rod W. Robinson. Rod, again, thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
All right. I'm gonna leave you on backstage. I may bring you back on in a minute. I don't know.
All right.
That was Rod out there, everybody. Whew, man, what a night. I've been on here an hour and 15 minutes, and I have got 5 people watching. Somebody from Wayne's World on YouTube is watching. I wish they'd say hello to me, because I don't know who's watching on YouTube. But anyway, we are going to get right on and move on to the next thing. Matter of fact, I think what I'm going to do is, instead of doing the Terry Funk thing tonight, because this is like way long, and I've got like 4 videos, it's almost an hour's worth of video, well, 45 minutes worth of video. And this is about 8 or 9 pages of stuff. It talks about his personal life, talks about TNA, it talks about the independent circuit, talks about New Japan, WWF, Championship from Florida, All Japan Pro Wrestling, World Wrestling Federation, along with World Wrestling Entertainment. And then it's got a whole list of about 3 or 4 different things, and it talks about the movies that he's been in and all kind of things. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do for tonight. I did not know he was in Thunder in Paradise. And that was with Hogan. Dark Side of the Ring as himself. But anyway, we are going to do Terry Funk next week, next Thursday. So this is going to be a continuation. I did not know Rod was going to be on here, and we talked about a little bit about everything. Like I said, you have to watch out for the language because he was totally uncut and uncensored, which I don't mind. I want him to be himself, and I want him to express himself, and I want him to have fun and get it off his chest because I know he's pretty upset with Terry and some doctors and different things, and I hope everything went great with him. And I hope he had a great time, and I hope he comes back again and will be a guest on my show again in the future. Like I said, he is still backstage. I have got a video right here that I'm going to show real quick, and this was a Memphis wrestling video that I came across that Brandon Harbor, I think was his name. The credits and everything is at the very end of it. I'm going to let all of it go through. I do not take any credit for this. This was just something, one of the music video things that was from Memphis wrestling, and I think this is the right one, so we're going to play it. And let's see what happens. I hope it's the right one. I hope you enjoy it, guys.
The bout had just started. The Moondogs tearing the coats of the Fabulous Ones up. Now they're beating on them with those big bones. Yeah, why don't you get these animals out of here?
I said, sweet brown sugar, Cocoa B, Colin Stagger Lee, Eddie Gilbert, Gerald Lawler, King of Memphis, Tennessee, Handsome Jimmy Valiant, Austin Idol, Superstar Dundee, Rock and Roll Express, Tommy Rich, and the Dream Machine. It's a dream machine. I said, Lance Russell, Dave Brown, Downtown Bruno can be found. Saturday morning, Channel 5, Memphis Wrestling coming live. Tennessee so fabulous, beautiful, rich, and scandalous. Jackie Fargo coast with the sparkles causing damages. Ron Christopher, he's so sexy, runnable dog, and he'll suplex you first. Family stud, stable, Jimmy Hart, all the way to Mabel. Jeff Jarrett, Robert Fuller, and the Dirty White Boy. Dirty Dutchman Tail, Doug Gilbert, call me Tom Pritchett. Dr. Tom Pritchett. You know Terry Funk, he's a monster. He'll rip your flesh like the Mongolian stomper. Can't forget the Macho Man, Randy Savage, he's so bad. Rick Rude, rest in peace. Junkyard Dog, why you dead? Bobo Frazier, hard to go. PG-13, Gypsy Joe, Jim Cornette, Midnight Express. Beautiful Bobby, you're the best. Bud Lindell and Pat Tanaka, Eric and Bianca Mollis, Bill Binder, Laney, Poffo, Brickhouse, Brown, and Flex Havana. High school concession stand match. Lawler team with Jarrett versus the Moondogs. On their bones they would gnaw. There was blood all in Jarrett's head. Trash cans everywhere. Latham whipped on Lawler like he was a blonde bomber. Team with Wayne Ferris, a.k.a. Honky Tonk Man. Bam Bam Bigelow, I say water, Yamamoto. Don't you trust no dirty Tojo Yamamoto. Don't trust no dirty Yamamoto. I said, sweet brown sugar, Cocoa B, Colin Stagger Lee, Eddie Gilbert, Gerald Lawler, King of Memphis, Tennessee, Handsome Jimmy Valiant, Austin Idol, Superstar Dundee, Rock and Roll Express, Tommy Rich, and the Dream Machine. It's a dream machine. Monday night, Missile Coliseum. Did I fail to mention matches at the Big One Flea Market and at the Cook Convention? Magnum TA, the Sheep Herders, the Invaders, the Doctor of Death, Steve Williams, one of the greatest. PYT Express, Rocky Johnson, Sid Vicious, back when Jerry Jarrett controlled the territory of Memphis. Joe LeDuc and Sputnik Monroe. He didn't want blacks back in the back row. I said, sweet brown sugar, Cocoa B, Colin Stagger Lee, Eddie Gilbert, Gerald Lawler, King of Memphis, Tennessee, Handsome Jimmy Valiant, Austin Idol, Superstar Dundee, Rock and Roll Express, Tommy Rich, and the Dream Machine. It's a dream machine.
All right, there you go, guys. Something different, something new. What did y'all think about that one? I sort of liked it. I know I liked it when I first saw it. Wished I had that kind of talent. PJ said she loved it. I did too, PJ. I think that is absolutely fantastic, and I'm going to put your comment up there because I really like that comment. Anyway, guys, we are fixing to get ready to head out of here. Like I said, next week I am going to continue with the Terry Funk. Pretty much the whole show will be Terry Funk, and I really do want to bring, if he's still here, yes he is, I'm going to bring Rod back in and ask his opinion of that video. What do you think about that, Ed? Rod?
I agree with PJ. I loved it. Did you find that on YouTube, or where did you find it?
Yeah, I found it on YouTube. I was researching and looking for music videos and stuff, and I happened to come across that one, and something made me click it. And I started watching it, and I was like, oh, my God, that's fantastic. So I downloaded it on my computer, and that's why I kept looking over here a while ago when you was talking, and I was trying to find it to get it loaded into the program for, like, when we ended our thing. That way I had something to play. And
that's the first time I ever seen that in my life, and I'm on YouTube all the time.
Yeah.
First time I ever seen that.
It was just basically titled Memphis Wrestling Music Video. I mean, it's all it was. And it's by Brandon Harbor. So those of you out there that may want a copy of it or whatever, or like to watch it over and over and over, go to YouTube and look it up. Anyway, I just want to get your opinion and see what you thought about it, Rod.
But I loved it, sir.
All right. Well, I'm going to get out of here, and I'm going to go ahead and get Rod off of here. I do appreciate you being my guest. I will bring you back again one day.
Please do.
I thoroughly enjoyed your stories.
Thank you, sir. Because you know how to reach me. You got my number, and you know where to reach me on Facebook.
Yes, sir, I do.
Twitter. So just reach out anytime. As long as I'm not doing anything, I'll be happy to be on for you anytime, sir. And I'll try to tone it down the next time. but when I talk about wrestling and certain situations, I become a very passionate person. So if I offended anyone tonight with the language, from my heart to your heart, I apologize. And I hope you can forgive me.
I don't think there's any problem with that, and I didn't really have anybody making any complaints, so I think you're all good, Rod.
All right, thanks, sir. And you guys have a great night and be safe, and I love you.
You too.
And good night from Chicago.
All right, that there was Rod Robinson. And we are fixing to get out of here, and I do appreciate everybody coming out tonight and hanging out with me. And Rod, I want to say thanks to Brooks. I want to say thanks to Gregory White and PJ and Shane Russell. He popped in, Al Tuttle, and I believe that was everybody that made comments. I know I had other people watching. I had one that was on YouTube that was watching, and they never did make a comment. So that is the way it works. But anyway, guys, it is August 10th, 2023, and next week on the 17th, we are going to do the Terry Funk thing. It's going to be rather lengthy, and I've got about 45 minutes worth of videos and stuff, and it is going to be a really, really good show. And I like everybody making comments, and I do appreciate everybody, and I hope everybody out there stays safe. Once again, remember, everybody, treat everybody the way you want to get treated. And when somebody's being ugly to you, just sort of look at them and smile. Tell them God bless you, or have a good day, or whatever it is you may want to say. Don't be ugly to them just because they're ugly to you. Life is short, and we're only here for a long, very short time. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. This is Greg Wayne for Wayne's World. We will see y'all next Thursday, the 17th of August. Good night, everybody.